Want a vacation this summer? Here are some places you should definitely steer clear of, or visit, depending on what kind of person you are. Whether it's a chapel full of very real human bones, or a town inhabited by creepy-looking dolls, or a forest known for suicide, these places will make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. In this video, we're counting down some of the most terrifying places on Earth. Number 10. Haw Par Villa, Singapore. This horrific theme park was built in 1937, and let's just say it's no Disneyland. Its entrance of colorful Chinese arches is beautiful, but once you get inside, it's a completely different story. The main attraction of this park is the 10 Courts of Hell, which is a large cavern full of dioramas portraying some dreadful forms of punishment, accompanied by a sign that tells you what warranted such extreme measures. This was created with the intention of teaching kids about morality, and you'll find yourself walking in dim lighting, seeing people get thrown into a tree of knives for something as trivial as cheating on examinations or getting cut in half for the misuse of books. Apart from that, the villa is covered with over 1,000 statues, some as horrifying as a human head on a giant crab, and countless creepy-looking animals with weird eyes. If you want a truly terrifying experience, you can't go wrong with this theme park. Number 9. The Death Road, Bolivia. The North Youngest Road, also known as the Death Road, links La Paz to Coroico in Bolivia. This terrifying road weaves through the Amazon forest with a terrifying height of over 15,000 feet. This road also consists of a single lane that is only 12 foot wide. There is a disturbing lack of guardrails and limited visibility due to both fog and rain, and this 50-mile stretch used to see about 200 to 300 deaths per year. It's no wonder it's known as the Death Road. Vehicles rarely take this route now, becoming more of a destination for adventurous mountain bikers. With its extremely narrow passages and history of thousands of deaths, it is known as the most dangerous road on the planet. Take it if you dare. Number 8. The Suicide Forest, Japan. The Aokigahara Forest at the bottom of Mount Fuji seems serene enough, but finding out its history can send a chill through your bones. The Aokigahara is the world's second most popular site for suicides. In the year 2010 alone, 247 people attempted suicide in this forest, and 54 were successful. It's not uncommon to find a body hanging from a tree while walking in this forest. Some blame this on the forest's association with demons in Japanese mythology. Clothing and letters are sprinkled throughout the woods, giving it a creepy and eerie vibe. The density of the trees muffles sound, and getting lost in this forest is thus very, very easy. All modern technologies, such as mobile phones and compasses, also fail in this region, which makes coming out of this forest nearly impossible. It is easily one of the most spine-chilling locations in the entire world. Number 7. Hanging Coffins, Sagada, Philippines. The people residing in Sagada, Philippines are known for burying their dead in coffins attached to the sides of cliffs. This ritual has been practiced for about 400 to 500 years at this point. All of these wooden coffins look completely different to one another, and some are hundreds of years old. Why do they do this? Well, they believe that the spirits of the dead look after the living and help protect them. It is also believed that the vertical burial brings the dead closer to their ancestral spirits up in heaven and makes them one with nature. This eerie sight of wooden coffins suspended high above the ground attracts thousands of visitors every year. It is extremely unnerving to see these coffins hanging from the sides of cliffs as you walk around the town. Number 6. Snake Island, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Located about 90 miles from the coast of Sao Paulo, Brazil, this is one of the most frightening islands on the entire planet. Why is it called Snake Island? Well, because there's an average of 1 to 5 vipers present per square meter. And these are no regular snakes either, because this island contains thousands of the most venomous vipers in the world. They are up to 5 times stronger than their mainland counterparts, evolving as a result of the island separating from the rest of Brazil due to rising sea levels around 11,000 years ago. Because of the absence of prey on the ground, these snakes evolved so that they could strike birds on treetops and instantly kill them with their tremendously potent poison. Unsurprisingly, the Brazilian government has banned the public from ever visiting this nightmarish island. Number 5. The Bone Church, Czech Republic. The bizarre and incredible Sedlec ossuary, present in Kutna Hora in the Czech Republic, is a chapel containing the skeletons of about 40,000 to 70,000 people. This bone church is decorated by real human remains and even contains freestanding pyramids made up of thousands of bones. In the 1300s, a monk brought back holy soil from Jerusalem, and of course, suddenly everyone wanted to be buried there after their deaths. Soon though, there was no more space left and the older bodies had to be dug up. What did they do with the older bones? Well, they used the bones as interior decorations for the church. This church, shockingly, contains a massive chandelier constructed from every bone in the human body and 4 candelabras made up of just skulls and bones. If you want to be truly creeped out, put visiting this church on your bucket list. Number 4. The Door to Hell, Turkmenistan. This appropriately named 230-foot wide crater present in the middle of the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan is constantly burning. It's not hard to imagine the devil himself residing in this literal hellhole and torturing poor humans. This man-made sinkhole, also called the Darvasa gas crater, has been on fire for decades at this point. There is some mystery surrounding the origin of this horrifying spot, and no one quite knows how it actually came into being. Some say that this gruesome crater was created accidentally by Soviet scientists looking for oil in 1971, and to stop the methane gas from spreading to nearby towns, it was soon lit up by Russian geologists. They hoped that the gas would burn off in a few weeks, but it has been 51 years at this point, and the crater is still burning. Number 3. Nagoro, Japan. Nagoro is a tiny, eerie Japanese village with a population of only 30 people, and also around 350 life-size dolls. These dolls are the creation of local artist Tsukimi Ayano, who creates replicas of people who have either left the village for bigger towns or passed away. These creepy dolls can be seen doing normal activities like sitting on benches, fishing, or even attending classes. Their presence all over the village gives the place an unsettling vibe, and the town is fittingly called the Scarecrow Village. Incredibly, each and every single one of these is handmade by a single person and represents a real human being who once lived in this small town. Imagine an abandoned town where the empty buildings, like the school gymnasium or the local shops, are now inhabited by life-size dolls. Even if you're expecting it, the dolls just randomly standing by the road can give you a real jump scare. We would not advise the faint-hearted to visit this odd and spooky town. Number 2. Island of the Dolls, Mexico. Isla de las Muñecas, or Island of the Dolls, in Xochimilco, Mexico, is somehow even more spooky than Nagoro. This is a whole island of trees full of hanging dolls and doll parts. Some dolls and doll heads are even scattered among the grass. These dolls were collected and put there by a local man, Julian Santa Borrera, who found a young girl's body washed up on the shore of the island. He had hoped that this would help ward off evil spirits, but that's not the end of the story. Around 50 years after collecting and hanging dolls all across the island, Borrera himself was found drowned in the exact spot where the girl had died decades earlier. Now, this place serves as a super creepy tourist attraction straight from a horror movie. Some visitors have even said that they have witnessed the dolls whisper to each other through the trees. Yikes. And number 1, the Capuchin Catacombs in Italy. All catacombs are inherently creepy, but there are none spookier than the Capuchin Catacombs of Palermo, Italy. These catacombs contain about 8,000 skeletons and more than 12,000 mummified bodies. And as if that isn't strange enough, most of these corpses are wearing clothes, and some are even posing together in little groups. This macabre place was created in the 16th century, and although initially it was only intended for religious men, it soon became a status symbol for local citizens to end up here after their deaths. The bodies here are divided into separate corridors, including those for religious men, professional men, for children, and one even for virgins. Some bodies are better preserved than others, with some skulls still showing remains of skin and hair. The skeletons of the children here look like some of the most terrifying dolls to ever exist. Rosalia Lombardo, a 2-year-old girl who died in 1920, is embalmed so well that it genuinely looks like she passed away yesterday. You might never be able to fall asleep again after visiting this place. Well, that's a wrap for this video. Which of these places do you find the most horrifying? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. See you in the next one.